Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I am really hungry, but I can't eat until 12. That's a part of this intermittent fasting thing. I've been doing it for 3 or 4 days now, as I mentioned in my last video, but today's the first day that I'm actually staring at the clock, saying to myself, I sure would like something to eat. Let's start it off. This is Lord Lionel, and he says, XRP community. Well, this is an interesting email I just got. I've seen this from a few people. It's for fees for SEPA payments. This is from Metro Bank. From the 15th of December, we're lowering our standard charges for single euro payments area SEPA transactions from £10 to £0.2 per payment. Now, I wonder, this is, let's see, it says, these are the type of international payment made in euros, But bottom line is, since when do you see a bank come out and lower their fees on something? And how on earth could they do this? I wonder. Then there was this. This is from CoinMarketCap. We've confirmed a strategic partnership with Yahoo Finance to power their cryptocurrency section. Check the latest market prices, CoinMarketCap indices, and soon educational content. Read here. I went to Yahoo Finance to check this out. This is Yahoo Finance's site. The important thing to take from this for all of you out there is that they are setting this up the same way that they have the stock section set up. I've shown this before, but they're setting all of this up to present the information to investors the exact same way that investors see stocks. It's organized. The information's in the same fashion, organized so that you can make a buying or selling decision. And that is the important thing here. I wanted to just show you XRP Max, just to give things a little bit of perspective. Look at that chart right there. This right here is when it didn't exist, more or less. And then right here, XRP comes into existence. This is 2017. And then this is ever since. We've got a lot of up and down, But if you believe, after everything we've talked about for the last year and a half, that this is all we'll ever see, oh man, I've got an igloo I'll sell to you. Okay, in South Georgia, that is. I don't know if they're trying to say Malachi. Malachi was one of the characters on Children of the Corn. I remember that movie from when I was a kid. Stephen King movie, as I recall. But anyway, they sent me this article right here. Binance CZ hints at Binance Australia as expansion spree continues. And these are quotes from him. It's not quite the same. We're looking at different options to turn on Binance Australia. It may not be this year, so hopefully early next year, sometime we will turn it on. So Australia, from all of my reading over the last couple of years, Australia seems to be one of the leaders in digital assets. And as we know, that we got to meet with the official Australian gate crashers of Swell this year, and those guys were really pumped up about all of this, and so that'll be an exciting thing. I'm sure they're looking for Binance Australia. Then Michael at VAL5 Links sent me this. Binance, one of the world's largest cryptocurrency exchanges by daily volume, has announced the acquisition of major Indian crypto exchange Wazir X and plans to launch fiat to crypto services in India within days. Now, sometimes, folks, you wonder if everything's just interconnected. Catherine Coley leaves Ripple to go run Binance US. CZ Binance pops up in Liechtenstein in 2018. He's with Michael Arrington, as I recall. He's with Ethan Beard had popped up over there, and they were hanging out with people that were starting the Liechtenstein, the LCX over there. And then now you've got Ripple's one of the only companies in digital assets that I know of that's entered India. Now you got Binance entering India. it all just kind of adds up when you really start thinking about it. Okay, Michelle Vandenberg sent me this. This is these are kind of interesting. Remember, HSBC is one of the banks that Ripple has been working with, and Chris Larson, I can't remember if he's on their board or he's on some kind of committee with HSBC. But anyway, this was a tweet that says HSBC maintenance schedule on November 24th. Interesting. Now, let me tell you, and I said it kind of in the last video, and I told Mr. B, I was on the phone with Mr. B earlier, and I told him, I always get excited. I love smoking my turkey over Thanksgiving. And a part of the reason that I love it so much is it gives me flashbacks. I believe it was Thanksgiving 2014. A lot of people think 2017 was the only major bull run in digital assets. Not true. If you were there with me in November on Thanksgiving of 2014, the exact same, if not bigger, euphoria was going on in these markets. And it was crazy. I've never seen anything like it in my life until 2017. Now, I take that back. It happened again, I believe, in May of 2016. That's when I woke up as an XRP holder. I had put mine on the shelf, and I had forgotten about it and thought that I was wrong about Ripple and XRP. And I think it was May of 2016. I woke up, looked at my phone, told my wife, nope, I wasn't wrong. And ever since then, I've been studying this even more and more. Okay, but HSBC is going under maintenance on November the 24th. But I'm always very excited over Thanksgiving and Christmas because I've seen more than one major bull run at those time periods in this space. Okay, Alex Cobb had sent me this. Santander confirms USD Mexican corridor launch, fast and competitive service announcement next week. This is we talked about this yesterday, but I was going to go over it again. This was that Anna Boat, and she was on, I guess, Bloomberg. Clearly states that Santander will be deploying a fast and competitive remittance service in the U.S. to Mexico corridor, and it will be officially announced next week. And then this is Alex Cobb's website, and he does a really good job on here. His website's called thexrpdaily.com. That's thexrpdaily.com, one of the great news sources in the community. But Green Eggs and Ham, this is Sam I Am to the Life. And by the way, Alex Cobb is a great subscribe on YouTube, and Sam I Am on YouTube goes by To the Lifeboats. They are both definite subscriptions on YouTube. Go subscribe to both of them. And they're also both definite follows on Twitter. If you're new to this, or if you're not new to this, but if you're not new, you probably already know about them. But he said, Sam I Am, at Ham, Eggs, and Sam, I'll give you one guess who they're using to facilitate the USD Mexican settlement. There's a hint. It's MoneyGram. Remember the announcements they said were coming in a few weeks. Bet this is one of them. And so what he's getting at here is that the MoneyGram partnership is going to be used to facilitate helping some of these banks access the on-demand liquidity. And I think he's 1,000% right. So this is just MoneyGram, and this is just Santander right now. Think about all of the banks that are in the wings that are about to do the same thing. That makes things pretty darn exciting. Ron Melancholy, XRP, at Mike Honcho _11. He's the official court jester of the Digital Asset Investor channel. Sent me this. Every once in a while, our research geniuses in the community will come. They'll either show us a mashup video that they've done recently or bring one back from the past. And I always try to show them because many of you haven't seen them. And when you watch these, it will really piece together for you how truly massive all of this is and how it all ties together. Stuart XRP, at XRP _Stuart, posted one back up today. You need to go watch it, okay? At XRP _Stuart, another definite follow. Go watch this. It has clips of Brad Garlinghouse. I believe I saw David Schwartz. Some of the things that are said in this video will blow your mind. Okay, and then there's this from Run Wonka. I had never heard this. 7 years ago in 2012, Jed McCaleb, one of the original founders of OpenCoin, I knew that, and today known as Ripple, made the chain from XNS to XRP. XNS equals no country code Nakamoto Satoshi. XRP equals no country code Ripple. XRP equals exchange rate peg. Wonka knows. And then he's got this picture here. Now, I wanted, for those of you that have never heard about any of this, I wanted to show you this. This is a Quora post, and you can look it up. Just go type in on Google, what does XRP stand for? What do the letters XRP stand for? I've shown this before, but it's always worthy of going back over. And the reason I want to show you this is so that you understand that the guys at Ripple are not just a bunch of jacklegs that said, hey, let's create a digital currency and make some money. That is not what these people are. This is a sophisticated group of people who said, hey, let's put this digital asset together and let's create some real use cases for it and attack a huge use case for it. And let's do this. Let's put a dent in the universe. That is what these people are. The three-letter currency codes are formed by appending, this is from David Schwartz, by appending a single character to the two-letter country code of the issuing country. Since the United States country code is US, US dollars have the currency code USD. Some non-countries still have country codes. The EU has the country code EU, and the currency code for euros is EUR. Of course, XRP is not issued by any country. For assets not issued by any country, the first letter must be X. No country codes starting with X will be issued. So, for example, since the chemical symbol for gold is AU, gold's currency code is XAU. So, this is what you call trying to put a dent in the universe, folks. Not trying to create some scam to make a few easy bucks. This is to put a dent in the universe. All right, XRP Big Time at X Big Time sent me this. I just wanted to cover this real quick. This is on Bloomberg. Gary Cohen says digital payments are the future of everything that we do. Thanks, Gary. Welcome to the party, is what I would say to that. Chinu Patel at Chinu Patel 29. This was an interesting series of tweets. This is the first one I saw. And I'm not sure what this is. This is looks like a Japanese or something, but I translate it. It says, I'm very curious about the 105 pages of PDF document on the Citibank site. What is xPool? This caught my attention. This caught my attention because yesterday I was asking if anybody knew anything. I couldn't remember where Citi had any mentions of working with Ripple or XRP or any of this. So this was posted about this PDF document. And he's saying, what is this pool thing? And it's got on here XRP pool. We've heard of xPool before. Well, then Bank XRP came in. It says, does anyone know anything about this? Bank XRP came in and posted this video where David Schwartz says that he's not allowed to say anything about xPool. So xPool really does exist, is what he says here. But in this video, he says he's not allowed to say anything about it. Then we go to I Am Legion. Now remember, in my last video, I showed you a Mr. B thing. I was talking about how it swelled. The most interesting thing I saw by far was when Ripple did the video and they showed RippleNet Home, where a banker could log in from home and literally plug into a new corridor, and it was set up like a social media function, where it's almost like a friend request to do a request to another bank or payment company to open up a corridor between your bank or payment company and that one. Well, I Am Legion comes in and says RippleNet Home equals xPool. And he tweets this out from Bank XRP. X-Ripple Insider says the xPool product can be secret weapon to help RippleNet liquidity. In other words, go live with this thing, and all of a sudden the bankers and the payment companies at their own fingertips can snap their fingers and begin creating liquidity literally at home while they're having a glass of wine. That's what I was thinking. What? I was blown away when I saw it, and I was sitting there thinking, talk about Swift killer. Okay, and finally, I wanted to show you this. Charles Schwab to buy TD Ameritrade for $26 billion, the report says. And I want to remind you of something that I've said for the last 2 years, folks. I told you, and I used as an example, all of these, I said to you several times, not only will one or two of the investment firms in traditional finance come into digital assets, but all of them. Not only will you see some of the products from traditional finance, but you'll see all of them and new products that are created because of the nature of digital assets. And I always included in that example the more conservative firms on Wall Street who I think Vanguard said they would never get into Bitcoin. And I said, no. Charles Schwab and Vanguard, those are the two I know as two of the more conservative firms on Wall Street. Oh, yes, they will be in digital asset and they will be up to their eyeballs in digital assets. They're not going to be left behind because their companies would literally go out of business if they leave them behind. Well, now you have Charles Schwab buying TD Ameritrade, right? Well, don't forget, TD Ameritrade, their executives said a while back, and they've since said they're getting into digital assets. They're an investor in ErisX, by the way, as well. NASDAQ is also an investor in ErisX. But this is just one article where TD Ameritrade says tens of thousands of our clients are interested in crypto. Meanwhile, you've had Charles Schwab and Vanguard for the last 2 years poo-pooing the whole thing like they're not interested. Well, now they're buying TD Ameritrade, who is interested. So you tell me where this all goes. And so finally, this is from Sergeant Obi-Wan. Sergeant Obi-Wan sends us this passwords data of 1.4 million XRP ledger-based GateHub wallets leaked online. Security experts have reported that personal data and passwords belonging to users of the GateHub crypto wallet, which makes use of the XRP ledger protocol, have been dumped onto the hacking community website. You know what I'm going to say now. Get your digital assets off of the exchanges. You can get a Ledger Nano S in the description of every video I've ever done. I do not at this point feel sorry for you if you have not gotten your digital assets off of the exchanges, unless you're someone new to this and don't understand. Please listen to what I say. Get your digital assets off exchanges. Go and get a Ledger Nano S. It's in the description of every video I do. It's a way to have your private keys in your own possession and not have your digital assets on these exchanges. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family that GateHub was hacked, and get a Ledger Nano S if you don't have one. They've got that Moon Ledger Nano S that they're offering for a while now, so Christmas is coming up. Thanks for listening.